Good morning everyone. My name is Rodeline Kitchen Calig-Onan. So this time let's talk about understanding others' viewpoint. Perspective taking in childhood is understanding that another person's thoughts and feelings are different from one's own. It is very important, or it is a good manifestation that at early as young age children will understand that each of us has our own perspective, differences, and different needs as well. Children with good perspective taking skills are able to assess what another person may be thinking based on the situation. They tend to better understand people around them, how to assess them, and how to adapt or adjust to them. So perspective taking allows a child to be patient with one another person to in order for them to understand another person's experiences, so that they can able to help them in order to meet their needs. So developmental psychology, this is a social life skill or milestone that they have to be embodied. So a young child who studies other people with intent instead of studying the object is more likely to develop perspective taking skills. So in this way, this is a very important skills because through this way they can able to easily adjust people around them. They can tend to adapt, and it will as they grown up, these skills of them will somehow develop, and they can easily socialize and adapt people around them. So there are symptoms of difficulty with perspective taking skills in children. So first, unsure of what to say to another child. Child struggles with relating what a peer is saying to them and responding with an appropriate answer. This is um, this is common sa mga bata. Hanging back in a social situation, child appears nervous or very quiet with new groups or peers. And this applies to like mga transfer students, that they are not gonna easily adapt or adjust within their new surroundings, their new peoples that they tend to socialize with, not making close connections. This talking to about the introvert person who don't have to be with a circle of friends or doesn't want to close with someone. Instead, they wanted to be alone. So unsure how to respond to another person's in an emotional situation. Child is unaware of how to identify the feeling of another to respond appropriately. So this will happen if the child has lack of learnings how to understand others' feelings and emotions. They are not aware how to respond it properly. So friendly and kind but misunderstands if they hurt someone's feelings. So this scenario is not just only happen to the children but as well as to adults. They because they think that if you are friends you can say anything without knowing that your words are hurtful, that hurt them so much. And so, the value of teaching children respect for others, one of the most important virtues a child can have is respect. No matter if you are a child or an adult, respect is very important. It is really crucial, especially if you are going to be with another person or socialize them. So respect is very important, no? And also if the child has these skills that they able to understand others' feelings and emotions, even there are lots of ways to ensure that children are already have a lot of knowledge about respecting others. It all begins with ensuring that they treat others the way they want to be treated. Give and take. So tolerance. Tolerance not in a way that you are going to tolerate your peers or your friends even if they are doing bad doings, but instead you can tolerate them if like respecting others. Children who learn to respect others will be able to face conflict much more confidently. This is because they will understand the importance of tolerance and how to address conflict in a more productive way. They will be able to communicate effectively and take responsibility for their own mistakes. If they made mistakes, then let them let them face it. Let them punish or take the consequences of what they did. So listening. So it is a very important element of communication. It's not speaking but listening, because if you listen, you can better understand the concepts. And if you will listen and you will understand the concepts truly, and then later on you can express your feelings, your ideas. And then children will learn to listen to others intently and how to interrupt them when they are speaking. They will get a turn to speak and engage conversationally with others. So next is open-mindedness. Do not easily give your judgments without knowing the reason why. You have to, as much as possible, gather information, reliable information uh, for you to rely on before you giving your judgments. So good manners. This is very important, not just to children but as well as to adults, that using polite words at all times is a good way of having a good communication to others. Polite words, when you say polite words, as using po, opo, and if you are pleasing someone, use please, thank you, and then good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Those are the polite words, example of the polite words. So learning to be part of the play setting. The role of play in evolving society is a complex and multifaceted subject that has received significant attention in the field of development. So play, as we observe, play is very important, especially in learning. Play base is somehow tend to get the attention of children. It will make the learning fun and engaging. So Vygotsky's sociocultural approach to play and development highlights the importance of play in the cultural and social context of the child, because as children learn to play, and they can able to adapt the others cultural basis, their cultural diversity, then their communication skills will also develop, and then they will also value others community. So play is an important tool for building empathy and fostering diversity and inclusion. Through play, we have this freedom to play in an inclusive setups or settings. We can able to play people without disability and people with disability, and no matter about the differences, and we better understand others and how to please them. And play improves communication skills, because as we play, we are talking to someone. How play helps children's development. Playing is a natural and enjoyable way for children to keep active, stay well, and be happy. So this play can always improve positive vibes towards people, and true, if when it comes to learning, it will be more engaging and catchy to students' attention. So why play is important? Play improves the cognitive, physical, social, and emotional well-being of children and young people. Through play, children learn about the world and themselves. They also learn skills they need for study, work, and relationships such as self-confidence. If you are already aware or know how to value feel others' feelings and emotions, and then every time you are going to socialize with them, it will improve your self-confidence, self-esteem, and hindi ka basta-basta natitinag, just resiliency, and your interaction with others. Social skills will somehow develop independence, curiosity, and coping with challenging situations. So, interpersonal problem solving skills. Why it is important to understand about interpersonal problem solving skills? Learning how to problem solve is one of the key developmental milestones in every childhood. Children's problem solving skills present a key feature in the development of social competence. So, through problem solving skills, children will unable to think critically to solve problems. In, in the 21st century is about new challenges and problems which require a new set of skills. As we all know, in the 21st century literature, children are more knowledgeable because we are now in a modern context, which we already have technology that we can get information, can use educational application, can also use YouTube for us to gather educational information. But somehow technology has a bad impact also to our body and to our, especially to children, because through technology children tend to overuse cell phones. And then, as we all know, that overusing cell phones will somehow affect our health, especially our eyes. It will destroy our eyes, damage our eyes rather. So reasons why problem solving is essential for school students. It is necessary for preparing school students to face complex interpersonal and academic problems. As we all know, in academic, we are going to face complex problems that they must have to face. Students who learn problem solving skills often have a deeper understanding. So next is children who learn problem solving skills often have a deeper understanding of causality. When you say causality, can madahilan. They always have an idea how to answer the problem, how to solve the problem. When children have problems individually or in a group, they become more resilient. If every time children every time children can have the courage to solve the problems, they become more productive, they become more resilient to solve whatever problems may come. They learn to look at problems from a new perspectives, and you can ask idea from their peers, It makes them capable of taking more calculated risk. Problem solving is essential to a child's development because confident and productive children usually grow up as a successful and confident adults. Because these skills, once you have these skills, you will somehow will bring it up when you as you grow up. When students practice problem solving consistently, they can develop better social and situational awareness, also learn how to manage time properly, and develop patience. Students who learn to solve problems from childhood are curious. Students who learn to solve problems from childhood are curious, resourceful, and determined. Of course, every time there is a problem, they will find a solution for it, and then, as much as possible, they will gather information with no matter if it is from internet to their peers or even the adults, and they are determined to solve the problems. So, tips to improve problem solving, creative thinking, and critical reasoning skills. Let children think outside the box and find unique creative solutions to challenging problems. So, do not just solely focus on the mediocrity of the child. Go as a future early childhood educator, as a teacher, find like implement an activity that will improve critical thinking skills of the children, that they will use their mind to find a solution and think outside the outside of their kaya lang magawa. So encourage decision making by empowering them to handle different situations. Like there is a group activity, and you will assign somebody to become a group leader, that he or she will manage the group. Explain the benefits of work and invite them to participate in group activities. It is very important that children will know and understand that group work is better than one hand. So as many as group member, they will cope up that is really needed to in order to achieve or complete the task correctly. So let children express their opinions and ideas in public and avoid intervening as it might hamper their confidence. So like I don't know if you're familiar about the think, prayer, share. Like